Well, thank you very much, and it's fantastic to be here. Emmanuel said there's a number of people on their first time visit to Armenia. I'm one of them. And so thank you for the very warm welcome. It's really fantastic to be here, to get a real sense of the history, the culture, but the warmth of the welcome, I think, has been something that all of us who are here for the first time have really noticed, and thank you very much for that. Look, the European political community is a good opportunity for us to come together in this configuration and discuss and return to the challenges that face us all, whether that's the economy, whether that's energy, whether that's irregular migration, as Georgia has said, which was the theme actually of the last EPC that we had just 6 months ago, and there's a declaration that we've put together for this EPC, which is really important in taking that work forward. But what I'd say about this particular summit is that the backdrop has changed. We are now facing a war on two fronts. We're going into the 5th year of the Ukraine war, and we've got the Iran conflict at the same time. And both of those are impacting all of us in a very material way. In the United Kingdom, if you look at the economic forecast now and compare it to the economic forecast just 3 or 4 months ago, they are in materially different places. And this is going to play out with our electorates in all of our countries. The impact is not just economic. Certainly in the United Kingdom and elsewhere, there are proxy attacks going on, both Russia and Iranian, on our streets and by way of cyber attacks. So this is not something remote, it's very real. It's real for Vladimir, and we of course stand with him as we always have. But it's impacting us. The third way it's impacting us has already been alluded to, which is that we cannot deny that some of the alliances that we have come to rely on are not in the place we would want them to be. There is more tension in the alliances than there should be. And it's very important that we therefore face up to this as a group of countries together. At the tactical level, I think we've been pretty good. So on the coalition of the willing in relation to Ukraine, we've put together and sustained a group of countries around a single purpose, which is security guarantees for Ukraine. So a group of willing countries working together with a common purpose or a single purpose, where we've got the political alignment, but we've also got the military planning into quite an advanced place. That model is the one that we've borrowed into the Strait of Hormuz. Again, a group of willing countries, slightly different configuration, but with a single purpose, which is to provide the necessary backup and reassurance for the Strait of Hormuz to be opened as quickly, or for vessels to get through as quickly as possible. And I think that proves that we can be agile, we can be tactical, and we can bring together countries in those configurations, so long as there's a single purpose. But strategically, we have to do more than that, because if we talk about defence and security, in Europe we've got behind. Over many years now, we're not where we need to be. There needs to be a stronger European element in NATO, I have no doubt about that. So across defence and security, and trade and energy, all of which have been weaponized, we need a much stronger Europe coming together around these issues. And I think we're all saying versions of the same thing, but I really do feel it goes back to what you said, Mark, in a way. As we come through the challenges that face us, it has to be Europe now that leads the way. And I feel that on defence and security we've been behind the curve for too long, over dependencies, over reliance, some assumptions about the world that we live in. They've gone. We now need to lead out of this, and we need to do it at pace, because these impacts are real. The alliances that are under tension are real, and how we as a group of leaders respond now will likely define what goes on for many years, arguably for a generation. So I feel this is a really important moment to come together and have these discussions about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and what action then follows from that. Thank you very much, Nikos.